Hello survivors, and welcome to my do not move challenge video, or at least the start of the series. So we are starting off with the barbarian, the first character in the game, and we are going to be using his second weapon. The reason for that is double slash has a low AoE, and we want the to kill things close to us in the very beginning so that we can get that juicy experience. Now the skills, there's only two skills that we're going to be looking for in particular for this run. The first one is Blade Storm, and then the second one's going to be Surprise Gift. Every other skill doesn't really matter, we'll just take whatever the game gives us, that kind of what we feel like grabbing. With regards to runes, we are running Sure-Footed for the 15% less damage, Multicast Mastery for the longer chains, Healing Flow for the 15 health recovery every 100 enemies killed, Unwavering Persistence to recover 10 health every 5 seconds when we're below a certain percentage of health, and then Head Start, so before level 30 we get extra stats. So we're not going to be running this on a high curse. As you can see over here, we do have a curse intensity 18 set up for future videos of this, but for now we're just going to be doing this on 0 curse, see how plausible it is, and then if it works well on absolutely every single one of the characters, we'll look at doing it on more harder difficulties for your enjoyment. So as I said, double slash, just to make sure that we don't get kills too far away from us. It's the reason we don't use unconventional starts. We don't want Blade Storm right in the beginning. We do want, low AoE skills, so that we can look at grabbing those. Now over here, grabbing another Swift isn't going to help us. We actually don't need any of these, so we're going to banish armor and we'll take the damage. That's perfect. We are actually looking for magnetism, very good to get early on. That's going to increase our XP magnet range, so any magnetism is good. Then we're looking for damage, cast frequency, multicast, and then of course we don't actually need any crit or anything like that. So skills over here, we'll take Body Slam. We are going to go for HP as well, because obviously the more HP we have, the more hits we can survive. So that's going to be great. So I'm going to just reiterate here, because a lot of the time I forget to mention certain statistics that we're looking for. So again, we don't need any of the negative effects. We're going to banish them. Even getting something like Exposed Weakness, we're not going to banish it because it is epic and it's not going to show itself too often. But we are looking for Expansives. Leviathan's good because we don't need movement speed, but the damage is great. And then we are looking for the cast frequency as well, multicast, HP, and then the magnetism as well. So those are all the stats. We're not worried too much about crit. We're not moving around too much to worry about it. And we're not really worried about the negative effects either. So we'll see what we can get running here and go from there. Again, most important skill will be Blade Storm at the end. And then Surprise Gift is just a nice one to have for when things land up overcrowding you. But I think the bomb skills are going to be very important for higher curse levels than what they are right now. We do get a nice rare crit. We will take it even though we're not looking for them. And then we are going to lock Explosive Trap and grab the Bloodlust over there. Bloodlust, the cast frequency can be quite useful, especially when the bosses spawn, but otherwise it's not going to help us too much in terms of the movement speed. Alright, it would be nice if we could get some magnetism going over here, because we are only level 7 and we are halfway to spawning the next boss. The one thing we do have to hope for is because it's a no moving challenge, or we can't move ourselves, we can only hope that the area of effect or the enemies themselves are going to whack us into things. We gotta hope that the bosses, we get some good bosses, so something like Alexis, the Chaos Bomber, or someone like the Fallen Knight, where they are most likely going to come run up to you and melee you. They are going to be good candidates for this. Otherwise we are going to be looking at getting ourselves a lot more magnetism, because we're not going to be able to survive. I mean, not magnetism. Otherwise, we're going to have to get a lot more AoE so that we can reach them off of the screen before they can deal too much damage to us. Alright, I believe he stepped in our mines, which is quite funny. So we had quite a few of them set on the floor over there. And because that's where we were before we got knocked around and the boss spawned over there, he landed up dying immediately to our bombs. So very, very good strategy as well to grab yourself some of the traps or bombs. Again, surprise gift was one of them, explosive trap. When we play on the Houndmaster, our whole repertoire or all of our skills are going to actually be bombs, because it's just really funny to play with them and it just makes everything go crazy. This is like an insane lineup of upgrades over here, so we're going to grab that. There's surprise gift, so we're going to lock the multicast there first, then we're going to grab surprise gift. And now we just look for blade storm and some area of effect as well as magnetism. So we're in a very good spot. We just planted a whole bunch of bombs over there, and the first thing to walk into it is going to kill everything. So as you can see, surprise gift, it just blows up everything, which is fantastic. And the more of them that we have, obviously the more they're going to blow up. So also, because there is a rune that they added into the game called I don't know what the name is exactly, but what it does is it immovable object, that's what it's called. But now what it does is you gain 30% increased damage if you don't move for 3 seconds. But what happens is that effect is taken off, I guess is the word you could use. So the effect is nullified if you move, and they mean any movement. So even getting hit by an enemy's AoE, if it pops you up into the air, that's counted as movement, and therefore you'll lose the 30% bonus. So that's why we don't really use that skill. We don't need it because we do land up getting hit very often and move along the map quite often. So we don't take it for that reason. Okay, damage increase for static, that's going to help with the bombs, which is fine. We're still looking for the blade storm, and we could replace double slash with that because again we don't need it. We don't need the movement speed, so we're going to banish that. We don't need venomous, we'll banish that, and we'll just grab the life now. So area of effect there. We could even grab a piercing shout, but we're not doing negative effects, so there's no way for it to do anything more. Area of effect, perfect. Body slam's actually a pretty good one here as well, because we are going to be stacking HP, and because this is low curse, the bosses aren't going to have a lot of HP, and therefore body slam's going to be hitting quite hard. But this looks like it's definitely something we can do on higher curse difficulties, and it's definitely something we can look at going further with as well. 2 out of 5 bosses, and it's just, you know, like mocking us sitting over there, just right there. You know, can't we get who would be the best boss to get? Probably Chaos Bomber, or even the Fallen Knight, if they could just stand over here and smack us into the way. But as you can see, things do push us, so immovable object isn't very useful, but at the same time, because it does push us, we can get closer to the side over here. Unfortunately, you can't manipulate the direction you pushed in, because it has to be from a certain direction that you get shot at. So if we get shot from at the top here, it normally bounces you down. If you get shot here, it normally bounces you towards there, but sometimes it just bounces you up instead of in a certain direction as well. Alright, what are we still looking for? Bloodlust. So let's grab that. We can grab, not Bloodlust, Bladestorm. Multicast, there's our Bladestorm, fantastic. We can get rid of the double slash. Magnetism's fantastic over there, and some cast frequency. Getting our Bladestorm under certain seconds means that it will be up all the time, which means that we will deal more damage. But we are very, very strong, so it definitely means in the future, even before we cycle through all of the characters, we are going to have to increase the curse level, just because this is way too easy otherwise. Alright, re-roll that. There was nothing really good there. Damage increase for static and crit, whatever. There's nothing really interesting stat-wise that we can get. We could even go for uncommon, but instead of maybe head start, not uncommon for the rune that changes, makes it so you don't get the epic or legendary upgrades, but you get more XP. So we could grab that upgrade as well, and that's going to help us level up throughout the actual mode or the run. Alright, area of effect, perfect, although this isn't frontal, so that didn't really help us too much. Again, not really getting popped into this. You'll see at the end, once we've killed all 5 of the Lords of the Void, we're gonna shoot up like 20 or 30 levels. It is quite crazy, but then we don't really have to spend any of the points. A lot of XP on the floor for us to pick up. So area of effect for lasting, that's going to be the bombs as well as Blade Storm. So it's also a good reason to grab ourselves Surprise Gift, because they are both lasting tags, which means you are going to get more of the area of effect and damage for lasting and things like that. Multicast, damage, everything that helps that. Okay, we are stuck against the wall, unfortunately. Sure-footed coming in handy over here because we are able to live through the boss's flamethrower. Again, on much higher difficulty, we wouldn't necessarily be able to live through that flamethrower like that because the bosses do more damage. So definitely gonna have to tweak it. Life, area of effect, magnetism, crit, I guess, some more crit damage multiplier, and now we got a decent amount of area of effect there as well. I think we did have bombs sitting over there as well, which the boss just walked into. So we're sorted. This is a definite win for us. Very, very easy. Some of the characters it's not actually as easy, but having Blade Storm or certain skills does make it a lot easier. The Houndmaster, even having the dogs, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to finish this as quickly or even finish it without dying. So, you know, give it a shot on different characters. Let me know what has happened for you. Have you tried doing a no movement challenge at all, and how did it go if you have? You can let me know down in the comments, and if you did enjoy the video or are enjoying the video, do make sure to like or smash that like button as well. We nearly there. 40 more enemies to kill, well 20 now, and the last and final boss will spawn, and we got the Chaos Bringer. Unfortunately we killed him very quickly, no lives lost. Again, a very, very, very simple and easy run over there. So 9-minute run, pretty decent time. It's not any record breaking runs unfortunately, but Blade Storm, Body Slam and Surprise Gift really pulling through there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.